Mr. Ray Moon, followed by Mr. Pedro Moreno. Mr. Moon, please go ahead.
Sergeant Provost and Captain Anchorage. I was at the first stakeholders meeting. I think you all remember me as Sergeant.
Mark, were you talking to the microphone? Thank you.
Yes, sir. First stakeholder meeting, if I remember correctly, was in January, February, March of this year. We got about 45 minutes, roughly, maybe an hour, to have a discussion. Afterwards, I submitted, ASA submitted, body shop industry submitted many specific suggestions and changes to the verbiage.
Yes, sir.
All this argument could have been avoided if two things happened.
Okay.
One, you took the existing licenses and you mailed out to them and said, we're going to do this. Give us your input, or we're going to have a public meeting, please come to see us. Was not done. In my opinion, the city of Houston did everything to keep these people out of the loop. They were going to shove this ordinance through council without anybody's objection because nobody knew about it. Just my opinion.
Okay. Can I respond to that one thing?
I'm going to finish my comments and I'll let you finish.
All right.
Okay? This particular ordinance, all these 29 pages of it, 18 pages, 19, whatever it is of this ordinance, who's going to enforce this? Is it specifically going to be the automotive dealers division, or is this going to be the beat cop that rolls up with his lights rolling when a customer calls him to complain? Who determines the verbiage and the exact specific meaning of the verbiage? The beat cop, or are we going to wait till y'all come out the next day or next week to deal with that customer? Or is that patrol officer that currently doesn't even understand most of the laws he's writing tickets for? Okay, that patrol officer is going to make a decision on whether to arrest me, write me a ticket, or tell me to give the customer the keys so he can leave free of charge. Okay? You asked for specifics on what's wrong with this. I know that that information has been supplied by many organizations. You don't like the verbiage changes? That's fine. But they have been supplied. But I'll just give you a couple of them here. On page number 7, item number 2, the name, address, and telephone number of the vehicle owner and of any authorized agent identified by the vehicle owner. A simple verbiage change would make this a whole lot easier to take the word and out and simply make it or.
I think you have an old version.
I have the version that the City of Houston is passing out tonight. This is the one, item 93, right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Page 7, item number 2 says I have to know who the owner of the car is. It doesn't say I can try to find out. It says I better know who the owner of the car is. And item number 2 on page number 7.
No, I'm sorry, my pages are just different from yours. I'm just trying to.
This is agenda item number 93.
I know, but my version is a little different. Just let me catch up with you for a second, if you don't mind.
Section 822. Item D, section number 2.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on a different.
Okay. By state and federal law, it's illegal for me to identify a vehicle owner by his license plate number information or his TDL information. It's illegal. If I obtain that information, I'm breaking the law. If you walk in and you toss me a set of keys, I'm assuming that you're the authorized agent, is the word everybody wants to use.
Okay.
But first of all, that's not true because most of us in here, I don't know about everybody else, but I got a lien over it. They own my car.
Okay.
Okay. Second, my wife, my friend, anybody else could have brought that car in and authorized something, even though they're nowhere in the title.
Okay.
But that specific verbiage says I better know who the owner of that car is and any authorized agent. So simply changing the word from and to or would clarify so much, because I don't want a patrol officer writing me a ticket because I didn't know who the owner of the car was. So you asked for specifics.
Yes, sir.
Item number...
Do you mind if we just kind of, if you go through all of the one time, can we just go through one at a time?
These are very simple.
Okay.
On your list of people that are going to regulate me, I think anybody that has the right to regulate my industry and tell me how to run my business in the city of Houston ought to be a resident of the city of Houston, not a resident of the county. on the next page, where you have it listed on the different positions, the 13 different positions on the board.
Automotive board, yes.
On the automotive board. Item number 7 and item number 11 specifically say, don't have to be a resident of the city. Somebody from the county can tell me how to operate my business in the city.
I think that's the rules of the board's commission.
That ought to be for the city. You shouldn't have anybody from the county telling somebody in the city how to run their business. Period.
Where does it say county?
Item number 7 and item number 11 under your board positions.
I know, but where does it say you can live in the county?
At the bottom, at the very last word, 2 words on item number 7, item number 11. I'm on page 5. Both read pretty much the same. Position number 7 shall be filled by a person who is not related with the first or second degree of consanguinity, or however you want to say that. Okay, or affinity to any person who holds any interest in or is employed by an automotive business of the type that is subject to regulation under this chapter and is situated in the county. Y'all don't regulate anything in the county.
What I'm telling you is this.
I'm just throwing that out
Okay,
there.
let me say this.
You asked for specifics, I'm giving them to
Okay,
you.
well, on that, the boards and commission has a rule in another part of the ordinance that says that nobody can sit on these boards unless they reside in the city of Houston.
That's not what the ordinance says.
So that is kind of, I mean,
That's not what the ordinance
I
says.
think you're reading a little bit too much into that on the county thing.
County, city, that's not reading anything into
They're
it.
talking about the,
Okay?
okay. I just-
The last item I'll throw out there, why was this not, you already have an automotive board, why wasn't this taken to your own board, thrown out there and said, this is what we're going to do, let's get the 12 people, I think, or 11 people that are currently on the board, to let them vet all the BS in here.
The automotive board has seen this.
I know they have.
What?
A lot of them have been avoiding it.
Excuse
But
me?
you have you ever had a committee meeting on this specific
You said the
ordinance?
automotive board, sir. The automotive board is aware of this ordinance.
That was what I said.
Okay.
They haven't debated this, have they?
They haven't what?
You've had an open public session on this on your board.
When they go to the committees for city council, that is open to the public. And that is publicly announced. So yeah, it has been twice to a committee where anybody could come speak and some
The
of the people
automotive
that...
board, the 11 members.
Okay, we're all getting mixed up. Let's back up just a little bit, okay? Let's go back to your question. The automotive board that consists of the 11 people before they added the 2 positions, they are aware of this ordinance. The other question I thought you were asking is, has people in the public know about this? We've had 2 committee meetings at council that's open to the public. It has been posted like it's supposed to for public to come in and speak. A lot of people have come and spoke about this ordinance, okay? So I'm not quite following you on the other part of what you're reading there, because I think they're just saying that you have to be in the county, as in Harris County, that type of Fort Bend County, because Houston encompasses those counties, we 3 counties.
You don't
But-
regulate anything outside the city limits of
No.
Houston, correct?
No.
All I'm saying is, there should be nobody sitting on a board,
Nobody sits on the, it is a...
anybody sitting on a board gets allowed to sit in the
I'm
county
just
and
telling,
regulate the
no,
city.
sir, I'm just saying you're reading it wrong, that's all I'm telling you.
It says county, how can I read it wrong?
They're talking about the counties that the city incorporates, sir. But I'm just telling you, the boards and regulations, they have a rule that you have to be from the city. You have to live. That's the rule.